You know, I get a lot of African Americans who come on here and they hassle me for not being like black enough to speak Maori.
You guys, what he just said, you don't have to be black to be a Maori. Because
Let's go.
now, my tribe is Ngāti Hau. You know, to be black, you don't have to be a black or brown to be a Maori. And I'll just say this to you. Te hunga mate ki te hunga mate, te hunga ora ki te hunga ora, te waka. Ko Ngāti Hau te hapu, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. No, not like bang, bang, bang.
Keep going.
Bang. Look here.
Oh, that's crazy.
Pick your leg up and throw it. We'll grab him here and then put.
Beautiful, bro. Oh, it feels so good, bro. It feels so good. You, Cherry, you always say that you're going to come on and hang out and do stuff for me, and you never do. Thank you, mate. You want to say hi to everyone?
Hey?
You want to say hi to my chat?
Hello.
Hold up. This is us down here.
Hello, everybody. How are you today? Yeah, my name's Shane. I live at with this guy here. I've just baked some corn fritters. I used to be a chef for years ago with Vancouver Grill.
Should we share one? I'll make.
No, I've got some.
I gotta know it's not poisoned.
No.
So you gotta have one. Thank you.
And also I made some soup, vegetable soup, pumpkin soup, and go some to this guy here.
So, it's in the cupboard. I'll show it to them later though.
I love cooking. I've been cooking all my life. And also I do victory boxing here in Nelson.
Right.
And years ago I used to do Nelson Soda Karate, and I got up to my 2nd degree black belt. And also I'm fluent in Maori.
Oh yeah.
I used
We teach them some. I'm always like, tēnā koutou tamariki mā. Haere mai tamariki. And they don't know what I'm saying.
I learned Maori through my grandparents since I was little.
You know, I get a lot of African Americans who come on here and they hassle me for not being like black enough to speak Maori. I'm like, that is so silly. We don't have that kind of attitude for it here.
Now,
right?
You guys, what he just said, you don't have to be black to be a Maori. Because
Let's go.
Now, I'm part Maori, and my mother's Maori. My mum passed away 2 years ago. My tribe is Ngāti Hau, Northern Whangarei. With this guy, you don't say, to be black, you don't have to be a black or brown to be a Maori. And here's something here for me to say to you, if you think I can't speak it, and I'll just say this to you. Te hunga mate ki te hunga mate, te hunga ora ki te hunga ora, tātai te hunga ora, tūne te mihi aroha, ti he Māori ora, pari haka te maunga, hā te tawa, ihi aori, te marae. Te reo te wi whare tupuna.
I wish I was this good at Maori.
Ko nā,
ko wami tēnei.
Te mata whāru te waka, ko Ngāti Hau te hapu, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. I was just saying those words of knowledge and to respect the other people, you don't insult them. So nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā humaere tātou katoa.
You know what, Shane? I think those are definitely words of wisdom. A lot of people on the internet could definitely do with hearing that a bit more, you know? There's a lot of people who are so disconnected and they just want to talk about their own stuff and they don't really care about what other people are going through.
See,
but that's not what we're about on my channel. We're actually all about the love.
Yeah.
The aroha, you know?
Yeah. See, with me, I just do a general knowledge of aroha and peace. My great-grandfather always said to me, if people insult you and say, like, you can't speak Maori, just prove it to them. And what I just did now,
That's what I
just
do,
prove
bro.
it to you.
That's what I try and do. I'm not that good. I did take a lot of years of Maori, but I've also not had the chance to experience it. But that's the cool thing about New Zealand, right? That you know how to speak it, even though at once it was almost like a forgotten language. Where you show like a lot of love and respect for everyone, and we bring that stuff back.
I'll tell you a little story. When I was about 10 years old, all my cousins are blacker than me. Well, they're all Maori people. And my friend Errol, my cousin Errol had this Maori boy, and he said to Errol, "What's this Pākehā boy doing on your land?" And Errol says,
Pakeha is like a white person, by the way.
Errol says to him, "I wouldn't call Shane that if I was you. You don't want to make him angry. He'll give you a hiding."
That's like a beating.
And then he said to Errol, "I bet Shane can't speak Māori." What I did, I stand right in front of him and I spoke my tautoko.
Nice.
And he was impressed, and then he apologised to me. And I accept the apology. Yeah. Yeah, so Māori is easy to learn. You can learn it off internet.
It's a beautiful language as well.
Because when I'll tell you another thing before I go, tell you one thing. When I was at Blenheim School, we had a talent day, and the principal said, "Who's got talent?" I spoke in Māori, and I got the strap for it. They thought I was swearing. And then I suggest to the school, "Why don't you get hold of Omaka Marae in Blenheim and get a local kamatua to come to the school?" And that's what they did.
What's a komatua?
Kamatua is the older people of. He's one of the speakers what sits on the taumata of the seat. He's the elder of the marae. And then
for the chat.
Then when they had the talent show, I said it again. And then the kaumata said to the school, Shane was saying in Māori, telling us where he came from, where his areas, where his tribe is, and where he came from. And that's what it is. And now the teachers now came to me at lunchtime and apologised to me for that, and I said yes, I accept
We're giving
that.
you the strap, bro. You should get to give it back to them.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
no, they apologised and
bro.
said sorry.
At least they show the respect.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, and now the principal got me to do because we had a group of people from the marae came, and I was the kaumata at the school at the Blenheim school, and I did a feel good welcome.
I should get you to help me remember my I should get you to help me remember my you know when you say like ko makatene, ko wairoa, what's the word for river?
Hatia.
Right. And then ko Wairanga Range, like my mountains, like all this. And
yeah,
that.
my mountain
years.
is Parihaka. That comes from Parahaki up in the North Island. And my waka, ko Naya Tuki Matawhara Te Waka, comes from Hawaii.
Oh, real?
Yeah, because they paddle their canoe from Hawaii.
How many? Man, crazy. Hawaii is like a legendary, almost place from a long time ago. But it would have been a real place that people did come from. I don't know what to say for my waka. I might call it Endeavour Waka.
You can look. What you can do is, if you want to know your waka, type it up on Google and it should tell you. Okay. Just type up your tribe and it should tell you.
True. So your waka is like how you got to New Zealand.
Yeah.
Because everyone came here from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Except for Maui. Obviously, Maui fished New Zealand up.
Yep.
So New Zealand came to him, pretty much. Do you think that, like, you know, New Zealand is like super beautiful and super nice, but it's kind of small and narrow, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what else is like small and narrow? The top of a mountain range.
Yeah.
So do you reckon that underneath us is actually like Atlantis? And
Yes,
that
it is.
We are like the top of the mountains.
Yes,
like,
it is.
And that's why I think the Dalai Lama and all these spiritual people that come to New Zealand, especially Castle Hill, you know, down in Christchurch, and they're like, "Oh, this is the spot. This is the one."
See, some people ask me what does kai kora mean. First, kora means crayfish, and kai means food.
Are you from Kaikoura?
No.
No, you said before you're.
No, I was originally born in Blenheim and lived up in Whangarei, and I was around the when my mum was alive. I was around the maraes, and see when I was about 10 or I was about 11, 12, and when Pihiawiri first opened, Pihiawiri means the courtyard in the complex where the cars can park, and I sat on the tamata for the first time. My mum says, "What are you doing on this, Shane?" Uncle Charlie invited me, so Uncle Charlie got up and said, "Why not I ask Shane to come to learn the protocol?" Yeah.
Playing around with the colour. So you were saying what kaikora means. So kai is food.
Yeah, and
kora is like
crayfish.
Crayfish. Right.
Mm.
It's because it's there's so much like
And also another thing, you don't have to be Maori to eat kana and pawa, pepe, tuna.
You can be a Samoan. You can be a Pakeha. Yeah. You can be anything.
Oh, nunchuckers.
Right. Yeah. I actually do, like, boy and, I don't know, not like, kind of, like I can do. I don't want to hit my shit up. Here we go. They can see you now. Right, hit it. You can step out to the, hold on, I'll give you some more space. There we go, step right back here. Step right back here. Lots of space, beautiful. Yeah, hit it. Keep going. Nice, good catch.
Learned from. No, okay, I'll explain about the nunchuckers.
I'm more comfortable with like stabs.
Yeah.
You know, to like do the roll, do the hand twirl.
I explain something about the nunchuckers. You never, ever take them on the street. That's illegal.
True, it's a weapon.
See, how I learnt nunchuckers was through an art I used to do before Sado. It was called Kempo Karate. And also I used to do Kendo. I've got in my room, I've got a shinhai, and it's a bamboo sword.
Oh, real?
That's what's used for...
Is it in 4 parts and then it's leather like wrapped up? Or,
no, it's a big bamboo.
Okay, it's like one big bamboo stick.
A shinhai is used for sparring when you're on with the head, when you're with the helmet. You use it for sparring.
Nice.
And I've got a boken as well.
Real?
And when another sword hits you, you do the blocking. This is what basically I'm talking about.
Yeah, this is what I meant. It's because it says it's got the 1, 2, 3, 4 bits, and then you've got the beautiful little wrap.
I've had that since I've done kendo. Kept it.
Yeah, I had something just like this, but like I used to like at my front door. I had like my pull-up bar, and I'd do like my warm-ups. Yeah, I'm like way more comfortable with like the staves.
Yeah.
You know, like this kind of stuff. But I don't have anything to play with, so it's been like a year or two. But oh man, it's so freeing to be able to actually move like this.
I've looked after that since I
Oh, it's beautiful, bro.
Yeah,
it's a very nice sword.
Yeah,
thank you.
It's good for because when
Oh, that feels so good, bro. It feels so good to move.
Because like in karate,
I love it.
And back in those days, I used to use it if they.
Yeah.
And
you have a little formation that you could show off as well. You know, like the. No,
not like.
I'm glad you're controlled with that. I'm immediately like.
And
I'm not very good at like boxing, to be honest. So like. I don't even know if that'd be like southpaw.
I wouldn't hit you with it. You're my friend.
That's okay. Even if you hit me with it, I'd probably like. I'd be like, "This is a learning experience."
Yeah, no, I wouldn't hit.
How to get hit.
I wouldn't hit nobody with it.
Did any of your martial art things have that rule where like you can hit people just not in the face?
So no. We can go. We're not allowed to have face contact. We can have body contact.
Yeah.
We can punch to the stomach, none to the groin. You can't do Kengagiri to the groin. You can't do Kensetsugiri to the kneecap. You can't do Yokogiri to the side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm actually a discipline teacher.
All right.
Yeah.
So you got when people are like throwing at you, like, oh, you need to move your back foot like this and dunk, move that around there and bend your knee in like this. Like, I can do like some like little kicks, like but like I'm sure like when I do this, someone might look back here and be like, yeah, like that. So I don't have that kick.
If you do that kick, right? If you do that kick, do that kick. We'll flick you here.
Oh, that's crazy.
Pick your leg up and throw you.
Bro, I mean, yeah, like if you're like that.
Yeah, block.
Kick this one.
Block.
Crazy. Yeah. See, it's funny whenever I like fight someone like that. 'Cause I'm like a big guy, play a lot of rugby.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to be big karate.
A lot of people like want to like fight me on the street and whatnot. But then sometimes I'll fight someone and they'll just be like, they'll do something like that, or they'll just like step back and go like this, and then I'm just like, and it's like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore.
So when they do that,
What's like this one?
no, yeah, when you do that,
So
okay,
like this.
right, yeah, you can do that. You just put your foot like that, and grab them here, and then put.
Perfect.
Yeah.
See, it's fun. It is super fun going to those kinds of classes and stuff.
Yeah, well.
There's some pretty talented people in Nelson.
Yeah.
Like you met some real freaks. Like freak in a good way.
Because last time when I worked at McDonald's, this is going back years ago, when I was putting some
McDonald's?
when I was putting the rubbish out Kamal, this cunt come out from nowhere. I was only a green belt back then.
Okay.
He threw a knife at me, and I took that knife out of his hand before you even know it.
In Nelson?
Yeah.
Because of your training?
Yeah. I swept him down, put him in a hole, punched him. The bosses saw it at the cameras. They rang the police. The police came along and said, "What's going on here?" I said, because I was putting my rubbish out, this guy decided to attack me. He says, "What art are you from?" Nelson Soda Karate, and I was defending myself. And they got hold of the dojo, and then Andy came and said to me, "I heard you defend yourself." So I said, "Well, that guy was just about to kill me with a knife."
Yeah, they want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's good to get people who like know who you are and stuff. Oh,
Yeah.
That's it. Fixing that lock so it doesn't break.
Yeah, I just I just
Come over here.
I just don't it was the first time I ever had a conversation with you. It was just because I've been doing before I started Sado, I took up Kempo Karate in Auckland, and my mum had this abusive boyfriend, and he was hitting my mum for no reason.
Lame.
And I got really sick of this, and because my grandparents told me what was going on, because mum didn't want me to know, because she knows how wild
What was his problem? Why was he like this?
Alcohol.
Real.
And
Trying to be a big man or something.
yeah, I took up.
Unacceptable.
I
Disgusting.
I took up Kempo Karate, and he hit me as well, and I showed my teacher my bruises.
I'll show us your tattoos.
Yeah. And
spin it around, show it to the camera. Right here. Yeah, very nice.
yeah.
So that's a cultural New Zealand tattoo, everybody.
And I came back, and he says, "Where the hell have you been?" I said to him, "Fuck off, cunt! You're not my fucking father. What are you going to do about it?"
Yeah.
And my teacher came up with me, and I said,
What
"Sensei," he was an old Japanese master. I said, what was it? He was a Hunchi. I said, "Hunchi, sit down." And Bruce came out with a bloody with his belt. I said, "Come on."
Oh, you're looking for a fight, but you should be.
I said, "Come on." Yeah. And I pulled the nunchucks out, and I went bang, and got him right on the floor, right in the nose.
Right on the nose.
And Mum came out and says, "What's going on?" I said, "For that arsehole, Mum, for beating you up, I was standing up for you." And I said to him, "If you ever touch my mother again, you're going to get it."
Yeah, you're gonna get
and
it.
he tried it again, and my mum's brothers were down. My Uncle Joe, my mum's other brother, hold him up, scruffing him. "Touch my sister again, watch out."
Pull his organs out,
Yeah.
push his nose out the back of his head.
I can fight with
So
him.
it's really like you learn all the respectful things,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of different reasons people get into it. But then, like ultimately, when you're like part of the dojo, and you get in these fights, like
Yeah.
maybe for you because they saw it on the camera, they saw the guy pull the knife.
Yeah,
but it's like good to be a part of the dojo because then they can go speak to them, and be like, oh well, Shane's actually a nice guy, you know. Like he's not like trying to start fights with people.
Because
he does what he's told, you know.
They got Andy to come to the McDonald's and they showed him the footage, what this guy was trying to do, and he said, yeah, well, he was.
What was his idea? What was the guy doing?
I don't know. He came out for nowhere. I was just doing my job, and he decided he wanted some money off me.
Right. It's such like a short-term, desperate plan to try to do something. Like, why doesn't he do anything else instead of trying to rob, you know, McDonald's workers?
No. I sorted him out. And Gary and Greg said, "Good on you, Shane. You're brave."
Yeah.
And like when I finished my shift on work, so I moved out of the dojo back then. I moved out and I got a flat. I flatted with two other people who, one did taekwondo, one did aikido, and one did kempo. And this girl was walking home on her own. I said, Gary spoke to me. He said, "Shane, well, could you walk her home?" So I walked her home.
Oh yeah, handy. Yeah, I mean, I used to deliver like pizza a lot, and sometimes I would have like trouble with people, and I'd always get like worried about like certain people being the drivers and that. Yeah. Especially Nelson used to have like some Nazi skinhead people and whatnot, right?
There's a lot of dickheads here when they go around me. I just won't fight. Fight if I have to.
Yeah, I've definitely backed out of more than I've been in, and then I think I have been in has been pretty short and sweet.
Because I remember. I remember one stage I was up home on holiday. Errol did taekwondo, and he goes to me, he goes, "Say those socks," and I said, "Well, do you want to challenge me? Do you want to fight me?" He goes, "Okay." And Grandpa got the electric fence and made it like a little ring.
Was it turned on?
No, it wasn't turned on. It was just a rope.
We enjoy WWE on my stream quite a lot.
I said, "Come on." He showed me this fence. He goes, "Oh, fuck that." And he took one punch of me. I just put my foot up and did a mega right in the stomach, and he fell down, and that was it.
Yeah. You learn how to hit them in the right organs and soft spots.
And then he didn't want to fight me ever again.
Yeah. Well, there's certain moves that, like, you can't block it. It's always going to hurt. Yeah. And like, I remember before I knew how to fight, this bouncer, I was hammered, so I can't really remember why. I think it was outside a strip club, and I think I was like, "Oh, this place sucks and it's gross. I don't like it." I can't remember it all though. And he's kicking me in the balls, and I remember like punching him in the shin, and now because he's kicking like this, and so I'm like, and I look at it now. Like, I could show you, like, a UFC thing where, like, people are like, you block like this and then you do this.
No, that's right.
And this guy, and then they're like, well, here's what happens. A professional fighter does that block and his arm just breaks, like, straight away. And it's like, oof. And I think people don't realise that, like,
if someone kicks you...
If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get beat up so bad.
If someone kicks you in the balls, like that, and all you got to do is double block. Double block, or else if they kick you in the balls, if they go for a groin punch, you can just slowly your head and go block. If you hit like that, and if they come right at you, you put your fist in, you turn your body straight, bam.
Man, is that what martial art is that?
Seido karate.
Okay.
That's called a Jan ski.
I have seen some professional fighters that use the karate, and it's very quick.
Yeah.
Very snappy, good with distance. Or they have to be really good with distance in order to get to like the professional
Paul's
level.
going to arrange with one of the boxers to do a demonstration with me, and
I'll pull down a victory boxing.
Yeah, he's gonna look at it for one of the boxers just to do a demonstration with me. Karate against boxing, and just a demonstration. He'll look at it, and I have in one class I did, and the teacher was Harry, but then she goes, "Oh, Shane, can you show?"
Yeah, I'm still listening. Keep talking.
Yeah, he says, "Shane, can you show me a move on someone?" I said, "Yeah, okay." I said, Get one of the boxers to punch me." I blocked them, and and he punched me there, so I blocked him the other side, and I did a little new rack into his nose, just really controlling. Yeah.
What's a new rag? You did a what to his nose?
This one.
Yeah. So I'm like, what did he do?
No, it's like this. You got your two. You got your two hands like that, and then you pull your thrush like that. Bang! It's called a rack. Bang!
Jesus, I could not even see your fist.
You go,
but
bang. Yeah, see how that's controlled?
I felt the wind.
Yeah. See how that's controlled and pull back?
I'm glad we got that on camera, because I'll have to go watch it.
Yeah.
So this is the interesting thing about karate. So, and maybe a boxer is going to be like this, right?
See, if a boxer was doing that, all I can do
well, you
is
see it coming.
You can see that coming, right?
Yeah.
And you hit me at the other side, and you can see that coming.
Right.
And when you see it again,
but
I could go bang, smack.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah.
With your technique and your move, I don't know if I blinked, and I'm not used to being punched in the face, so I'm naturally.
I wouldn't. See how that controls?
Well, yeah. I'm saying as a karate practitioner, you learn to take things flying in front of you.
Yeah.
Whereas it's like a gag reflex, right? Where you're like, if someone hits you in the back of the throat, you gag. When something's coming at your face, you instinctively go like this, and you need to train that away so that you don't turn your back and you don't want to do this or do that.
See,
it's okay to get punched in the face sometimes. It's gonna really hurt.
I've been sparring class at black belt. I got punched in the face so many times.
Yeah, you get used to it, right?
I didn't. I got a bleed, but I got a bleed in the nose. Andy asked me if I was alright. I said no, I'm fine. I said, also, I'm fine. I can take it. And he said, I said, you're brave. I said, well, I said, think about what you had to go through when you got your black belt. And this move here is called age ochi. And when you punch in the jaw, and go bang, pull back slow. See? Bang.
What's the idea behind that? Can you show me, if you just demonstrate your fist technique as well? Like I find that real interesting.
Okay, see, like your hands up like that. You hit like that, and you go bang to the jaw, and slowly back here, guard. Okay. Because if someone hits you, you got your guard.
True.
And you go that one there, bang, guard.
So guard. That's, again, I don't have the training, so I'm not sure if I would. I know that's right. I
can teach you some.
If I would do it under pressure. Well, it's about me practicing and doing the drills, I think, to get it like ingrained.
It's called the basics.
But another really interesting thing I saw, I watched like a thing. See, someone made a fist like that, right? What would you say is like wrong with my fist right now?
That's right. Because okay, let me show you something. If you have your hand like that, you say you got your thumb. Well, so your thumb's out like that.
Yeah.
When someone punches, they go.
Oh, gross.
And
do you watch UFC?
Yes.
Do you know John Jones?
Yes.
You know how he pokes people in the eye?
Yeah.
There's this one fighter where John's doing that, and the guy is like, I'm just trying to land hits on you. It doesn't really matter where I land them. If you want to put your fingers out like there, I'm going to break them off. So the guy just starts hammering his hands, and and then John stops trying to poke the guy in the eye. So it's like just break his fingers off, dude.
So when you're in the fighting, it's called a shootout. When you're in the fighting stance like that, or fighting stance, when someone hits you, and someone you're punching me, say you're punching me, right? And I could just go back like that, and back like that,
right,
and block
that. True. Yeah, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. See how well that's controlling?
Yeah.
I'm very controlling. I wouldn't hurt you because if I hurt you, I feel a bit bad. But I don't want to hurt you because you're my friend. I don't hurt my friends. I'll teach.
There's other conversations like this I've had with people, and I can tell that they kind of want to hit me just to prove to themselves that they can.
No.
And it's like, I don't think we can have this conversation because you don't respect me enough to like even have the conversation. You want to hurt me. I was talking before about the fist, right?
Yeah.
There's this funny thing that we just watched on the internet, me and a few other people, and when you put your thumb right on the knuckle.
No, it's right here, right there. These are called seeker. So you put your hand when you're punching. You put your hand right there. When you load, when you load, you use your hip. See that? And you straighten your hand and you twist it.
Yeah, the twist actually.
Bang. See, John Ski.
Force thing. But I just wanted to talk about body mechanics, right?
Yeah.
So Like if I fuck, what was the demonstration? I think if I go like that, if you put one finger there, you should be able to push my wrist down. So just go like that, right? Okay, actually, maybe one finger's off, but it's not very strong. Like actually use your whole hand and just like push down, right? And I'll pull up as hard as I can. See, but it's not working. But if you move your finger up like this, it creates like a triangle of power here, and it makes your entire mechanical chain way stronger. So try to push down now that I lift my thumb up a little bit. Now you're pushing on my sensitive spot and not there.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Here.
yeah.
I'm sorry, mate.
See, now my wrist doesn't bend. I'm not strong enough to hold your whole body weight, but my wrist does not bend.
See what you do is when you're when you do that. Here you go.
Yeah. Well, now you're scaring me with the noises.
That's called a bookie breathing.
Oh right, it's like a demon.
No, bookie breathing is just heavy breathing.
Yeah.
Because when you punch it.
Well, yeah, I put this video on. This is Ip Man, and he's fighting a boxer, right?
Yeah.
And so this is probably a different. Well, it's definitely a different style of taekwondo.
Well, it's all. This is all acting.
Yeah. Well, they are both like trained.
Yeah.
This guy, he is. I think this guy was maybe trained by Bruce Lee.
Yeah, he was.
And he is now acting as the guy who trained Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Really, really good movies about a Chinese man getting invaded by the Japanese. And the Japanese were really cruel and really horrible. This one's more about the Americans being friendly with the Chinese against the Japanese, but they're not really respectful of the Chinese people. They kind of want to beat up the Japanese. I'm pretty sure that's how it went. But yeah, Ip Man's great. He's really good to his wife and his kids and to his like community. And see that's like those quick, speedy, and he can't see them coming. He's absolutely pummeling.
I saw the
big freak.
I saw the making of the movie where they demonstrated. How they acted all out. Yeah.
I think they have to get him to slow down so they can capture it on camera, right?
Yeah.
Then again, fighting a big guy like this would be terrifying.
Yeah.
Because he's just working off instinct, and he's kind of hard to beat. You know. See, but right there, you dig your knees into his kidneys. You know, I feel like I could hold him down if I had him in that position. A couple of punches to the back of the head. I would not be getting knocked out like that.
So when he went down like that, that's all acting. They had to act it out.
Yeah.
Because I think
you don't fall like that when you get knocked out either.
I think there's a fighter and there's a stuntman that just comes and you don't see him coming. It's called a stuntman.
Oh yeah. I know all about movies. I'm a real big movie guy.
So with Jackie Chan, he invented his own movies.
Yeah, you seen the Jackie Chan stunts?
Yeah.
Jackie Chan. Oh, what's the movie? Old movie stunts. Like, he did it the whole way through. Eventually, he had like a really bad accident, shattering his.
He's old now.
Yeah. There's this one scene. Falls or something. I'll know it when I see it. It's from like an old 70s movie or something.
Yeah.
And he's like fighting in this dojo, and you gotta respect this dude is literally a Shaolin monk, and he's doing all of the stunts, and it's one take for the movie, so it's him like climbing up things, getting thrown off, climbing up here and there, just getting annihilated, dude.
I have at Sato, Andy knew some Shaolin. He fighted them in the dojo, and they were demonstrating of the kung fu in the dojo. It was really good to look at.
Yeah.
Because when I was outside just having my coffee, this guy put his hand on my shoulder. I said, I wouldn't do that if I was you. I hate my shoulders being touched.
Oh yeah.
I said, go grab it again and I'll put him in a pressure hold. Got his hands.
Is that because people trying to be like big men?
Yeah.
They're trying to like
I got his hands.
Get the stance over you.
I got his hand, pressure point. See, he grabbed my shoulder here, right?
Yeah.
He said, if you put your hand on my shoulder, I won't hurt you. If you put your hand there. And all I did was grab my hand, put that
Did you go for the thumb? Yeah.
and then
I know this one.
push.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what can they do? Like
They can't do nothing.
They gotta,
Once they're down,
bow down.
I won't hurt you. I can do it hard, but I won't hurt you because you're not. We've just come good friends. I don't hurt.
I had an uncle who was a policeman, but he was like a bully, and he would always like do that sort of shit.
Yeah.
And I would always just like.
I see you got no feeling in your wrist.
I would always I would let him like twist me until it was like on a break, and I just sit there trying to kick him in the nuts. I'm like, fuck you, and he does, and he's like, oh my, like in my arm, I'm pretty like, I was a little kid, but like I'm sure my arm was like pretty close to breaking a lot of the time, and he doesn't want to break my arm because then he's just beating up a kid.
I see,
and I'm just screaming at him. Like,
I see America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
This girl was a big fan of Jackie Chan, and they got in contact with him. And he was on live stream, and she was freaking out.
Yeah, well, you were. He's.
I've always wanted to meet him.
He's a one of a kind. He's a legend, dude. At this level, a lot of it becomes like creative, where you can do things that shouldn't work and shouldn't be possible, and you know they do work, and he can like invent that stuff on the fly, as well as like day after day after day of trying to do like crazy stuff. Like I had a friend who was like a Taekwondo black belt, and he could throw double spinning front high heel kicks because he's also like a physical specimen. He was from Auckland, but I met him in Dunedin. And,
I met
another friend of his is like world champion. Not world champion, sorry, New Zealand champion parkour. Yeah. He's 30th in the world, and then the same guy's girlfriend is a contortionist with a circus. Yeah. So all three of these people are a little bit like Jackie Chan, where it's like this like daily training, and they just do impossible things, and they get creative and have fun with it. And that's like how I went to like spin the staff, and you know. The
Taekwondo instructor here, his name is Hamish Eyebrow. Hamish and Andrew are all good friends, and when he died, he went to his tangi. Yeah, him and Andy used to talk to each other. They used to have meetings together. Used to have coffees together. Yeah. And now if they
it's like a superhuman, right? It's like amazing what they can do.
And now Sato's brought in different kind of techniques. Yeah.
Nice. Oh well, I should probably get back on with it.
Yeah,
the day is getting on. Thanks for coming in and saying hi to everyone. Say bye, Jet. Say bye to Shane, Jet. All right.
Yeah. Nice training with you.
Yeah, it was fun. I'll see you later.
Yep.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here.